afternoon. You haven't heard anything, have you?
No, what are you going to say and talk my eye and read it?
What time's Jerry coming back? Do you know?
He went to a show.
It's wonderful how you two take it. You off to ball games every day, Jerry going to shows. What about the old vaudeville act? Are we going to get some bookings or aren't we?
I don't know anything about it, may I? I'm reading.
Still variety?
Uh-huh.
One of these days, you're going to pick up a paper that's written in English and you'll have to send out for an interpreter.
What do you mean, May? Variety is in English.
All right.
It has news of the show world from different countries, but it's all in English.
I said all right, George.
Who wants some Indian nuts?
No thanks. Don't your teeth ever bother you?
No. Why?
I don't know, after all those damn things you've eaten. Do you realize that you've left a trail of Indian nuts clean across the United States? You've left those shells under radiators in every $1.50 hotel from here to Seattle. If you ever commit a crime, they could go right to you.
Listen, May, are you going to keep talking until Jaure gets here?
What's Jerry up to, George? Is he going to land us something or isn't he? How much longer do we have to lay around here?
You ought to have patience, May. We've only been here 4 weeks.
Dumb as you are, you ought to be able to get this. The bank book says there's just $128 left. $128. Do you get that?
Sure.
Well, how long do you think 3 people can live on that with you taking on the World Series and Jerry going to opening nights?
Something will turn up, it always does.
I'm certainly glad you like those things, because the way things are going, you have to live off of them in another week.
Go on, May. Nobody can live on Indian nuts. There isn't enough to them. Look, that's all they are.
All right, George. Well, I suppose it's another week of hanging around offices and another series of those nickel-plated dinners. I'm so sick of this whole business, I could yell.
You're just blue, May.
I wouldn't wonder, living alone in the hall bedroom without even the crack of an Indian nut to cheer me up. Well, I wanted to do it, and here I am. I guess it's better than selling 90-cent perfume to the feminine population of Connellsville, Pennsylvania. But there are times when I wish I was back there.
Maybe we'll play there someday.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I wonder if we'll ever play Medallion. I haven't been back for 4 years. Jerry played it once, that's when he discovered me. He played the theater I was working in. I was an usher. Then Jerry came along and offered me this job. He said I was just right for it.
Well, he had a good eye. As far as I'm concerned, you're the best dead band leader in all show business.
Don't the audience like it too?
No one ever gave birth in the aisle, George, but you're all right.
I love doing it too. The more we play the act, the more I like it.
George, you and Jerry have been bunking together for 4 years. Isn't Jerry a swell guy?
He's been a wonderful friend to me.
I wouldn't go telling this to him, but I'll never forget what I owe Jerry Hyland. And don't you go telling him either.
I won't tell him. How much do you owe him?
George, can you please stop eating those things? They're going to your head. I don't mean I owe him any money, but he's never made me feel that we are anything but good friends, or that I'd have to feel any way else to keep the job.
He never made me feel anything either.
Well, that's just gambling.
Shall I tell you something, May?
I wish you would.
I think Jerry likes you.
All right, George.
No, I mean he really likes you. A whole lot.
Okay, George. The question is, what are we going to do about bookings? Are we going to crash the big time or aren't we?
We were doing all right on the small time. We could be moving right along. You heard what the booking office told us.
And you know where the booking office books us? Bellows Falls, Vermont.
I liked it there.
What?
We had good dinner there. With Jell-O.
Look, George, don't you want to do anything all your life but knock about all over the map as a small-time vaudeville actor?
No.
You don't?
No.
Well, I guess that settles that. You might as well go ahead and read.
No, I feel like talking
And
now.
I feel like reading now.
May, it's here.
You got bookings?
Is it the palace?
Never mind about that. I've got some news for you. I saw history made tonight.
What are you talking about?
You saw what?
I've just been to the opening of Al Jolson's talking picture, the jazz singer, and I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing in the world.
There's been good pictures before.
No, I'm not talking about the picture. I'm talking about the Vitaphone.
The what?
The Vitaphone. The talkies.
They talk.
Oh, that.
That's, you ought to hear them cheering, May. Everybody went nuts. So you may it's going to revolutionize the entire industry. I bet you the Vitaphone people don't know what they have yet. You get to see it, May. To realize what it truly means in 6 months from now.
Come out of it, Jerry. What are you getting so head up about? No money in your pocket, even if it is good.
No.
No? Well, we're leaving for Los Angeles in the morning.
What did you say?
We're leaving for Los Angeles in the morning.
What time?
Are you out of your mind?
Don't you understand, May? For the next 6 months, they won't know which way to turn. All the old standbys are going to be left out in the cold, and somebody with brains and sense enough to use them is going to get into the big dough. The movies are back where they were when the Laskys and the DeMilles first ever going to amount to. Can't you see what it would mean to get in now?
What do you mean, get in, Jerry? What would we do there? Act?
No. Acting as small potatoes from now on. Here's what I'm telling you what we'll do. Direct, give orders, tell them how to do things.
Okay, but what do we know
Good
about it?
Lord, May. I've been doing nothing but play the act in all the small-town houses across the country. Suppose we do cut loose and go out there. What have we got to lose?
$128.
I don't know, Jerry.
We gotta get out there, May. Before this Broadway bunch climbs on the bandwagon. There's going to be a gold rush, May. There's going to be a trek out to Hollywood that'll make the 49ers look sick. They're panic-stricken out there. They'll fall on the necks of the first guys who know what it's all about. And that's why we gotta get there quick.
Yeah, but give me time to think, Jerry. Suppose we don't catch on right away. How are we going to live? You heard what the boy wonder said, $128.
I've got 500 more.
What?
I've got 500 more. Right here.
Where did you get it?
Now, don't yell, May. I sold the act.
You did what?
I sold the act. I took one look at that picture and sold the act outright to Eddie Garvey and the Sherman sisters for $500 cash. Sorry, man. It was nothing to do.
I'm getting sore, Jerry, but...
You sold the act to the Sherman sisters?
My God. One stick and a covered wagon. Just because I heard of some mud that looked yellow. Endured hardship and traveled all across the country with their families. Fought Indians even. Think of what it would mean, May. If we went out. No more traveling across the country. Living in one place instead of...
Okay, Jerry. I'm with you. You had some hell of a nerve, but count me in.
Good for you. How about you, George?
What?
Are you willing to take a chance with us? Leave all this behind and cut loose for Hollywood?
Well, but look, if you sold the act...
Sure, I sold the act. But we're going to go out there and try this new game. Now, what do you say?
Come on, George.
It's the chance of a lifetime.
But what do we do there?
Well, we'll discuss that on the train. But the important thing is to get there and get there fast.
But if you sold the act, then I don't understand...
George, we're giving up the act. We're not going to do the act anymore. Don't you understand that?
Yeah, but you sold the act.
I understand he sold the act. George, there's a new invention called talking pictures. In these pictures, the actors will not only be seen, but will also talk. For the first time in the history of pictures, they will use their voices. I've got an idea.
What?
I think I know what we're going to do.
Well?
Most of these bosses have never talked on the stage. They've never spoken lines before.
Well, they gotta learn, that's all.
You bet they do. And who's going to teach them? We'll open up a school of elocution and voice culture.
What?
We'll open up a school, Jerry, to teach them how to talk. They're sure to fall for it because they'll be scared stiff. They'll have them coming to us instead of our going to them.
Yeah, but us with the school, May, we don't know anything about it.
Maybe you don't, but I went to one once, and it's easy.
What do you do? Can I learn it?
Sure, it's easy. I'll do all that.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I'll tell you it's natural, Jerry.
Well, let me think a minute. Maybe you got a hold of something here. A school of elocution. Might not be a bad idea.
What's elocution?
It's a swell idea, and if I know actors, they're sure to come running. Why, between you and I and the lamppost over here, it's the best idea anybody ever had. How soon are we going to leave?
Tomorrow, but I need you to see the picture first.
Okay, 25 of the 500 goes to books on elocution first thing in the morning.
What'll I do? I don't know anything about elocution.
George, you don't know anything about anything. What they say about the movies is true. You'll go far. So come on, Jerry, help me out. We'll work out like a charm. It's coming back to me already. I can remember lesson number 1.
Well, we sure can get away with it, Nate.
It's a cinch. Watch. George,
What?
say, California, here I come.
Huh?
Don't argue, say it.
California, here I come?
Now then, stomach in, chest out. Wait a minute, maybe it's the other way around. No, that's right. Stomach in, chest out. Now say it again.
California, here I come.
Now this time with feeling. You're about to start on a great adventure. The covered wagon is slowly moving across the plains to a marble swimming pool.
Come on, George, give it everything.
California, here I come.
It works, Jerry.
Works on George.
California, here we come.